Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is August 27th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1948, a 10-hut Sergeant Slaughter. 1972, it's the Punjabi Playboy, the Great Khali. And last but not least, former NWA World's Women's Champion, and a lady I wouldn't want to get on the bad side of, Jazz. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for August 27th. 1994, the patriarch of the Malenko family, Boris Malenko. 2010, Luna Vachon. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for August 27th. A mega short trip in the Wayback Machine today. As we start in 1990, the WWF held their SummerSlam pay-per-view at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with a main event of WWF World Heavyweight Champion The Ultimate Warrior defeating Rick Rude in a steel cage match. Sticking in 1990, the Snowman is stripped of the USWA Unified Heavyweight title after no showing a title defense. Jumping ahead 4 years to 1994, a pivotal moment in the history of wrestling as Eastern Championship Wrestling officially becomes Extreme Championship Wrestling during a show at the ECW Arena in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The show was based around a tournament to determine a new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. ECW was a NWA member at the time. Current ECW Heavyweight Champion Shane Douglas won the tournament, but threw the NWA belt down and proclaimed himself the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. And last but not least, 1995, the WWF held their SummerSlam pay-per-view in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with a main event of, this time, WWF World Heavyweight Champion Diesel defeating Mabel. Those were your super short, but super sweet pro wrestling history highlights for August 27th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.